Hi, everybody. My name is Rose, and I am one of the Affidavit Mamas, and I'm here today to do a short video on the process that we go through in order to do our notices and our affidavits. The first thing that you need to know, it's very important that you should study your Constitution for your state and your Bill of Rights. And you will be using a lot of that to go through your notices and affidavits. So it's very smart to study and know what you need to put in to a notice and an affidavit. Um, when you're dealing with any particular situations, depending upon what your passion could possibly be, you need to know that your constitution in any state can be used for another state. So I particularly live in Arizona, and I can use a constitution article from, say, Virginia or North Carolina, and put that into both my notice and my affidavit. So it's very good to know all 51 of the constitutions. That is the United States of America Constitution and your state constitutions, because they can be used for any notice or affidavit. So why we actually do a notice? A notice is to begin the process. It's a way of informing the person, company, government, that they are doing things maybe not quite right per the Constitution. So you're giving them a notice, which that's why it's called a notice, that something is wrong and you're pointing it out. It's very important. It needs to be done first. Before you do anything else, you need to serve a notice. In that notice, you're going to put information regarding the situation that you know about, and then give them where you find what they're doing is incorrect through the Constitution. So say it is your school boards, and you don't like some of the rules that they're doing. You would need to go to the Constitution and find out where they would be doing things incorrectly and not following the Constitution, which is the common law, which is also the rights of the people. The people are above all government officials. The people have the power. The people are the ones that are supposed to control or help the government do correct legislation and govern each state according to their state constitution or the Constitution of the United States. So a notice is the first thing. It's the first step. Now there's a couple of ways you can do a notice. You can do a jot form, and we have a video that will be there for you to teach you how to do a jot form. In a jot form, you would place the notice, and then the emails of the people that you want to receive that. And then you would post the link to the jot form out there for other people to go ahead and open, read, and sign. And then they would submit it. And then that information then would go that notice would go to the people that are on that list. You can make some changes to the jot form. Say you put in several people, but yet you decided you wanted to put in a few more. You can go ahead and do that. And then the notice would also then go to them. But that will be covered on that particular video. So after you've served the notice in a jot form, you should then prepare a paper copy of it. So what you would do is the same notice that you put in the jot form, you would then take that, you want to make a copy of it, you want to sign it and date it and fill it out. Then what you need to do is you need to take that particular notice and go make copies of that. You always want to keep your original. Your original is your proof that you have done this. So even in a jot form, there's a way that you can print out the fact that you did a jot form and sent that off. So with a written copy, once you've made another copy, say you're sending it to your school board, you could make one for each person and the superintendent, or you can send it to the president of the school board and the superintendent and hope that they pass that on. So it's up to you how you want to proceed with that. But you would want to send a copy of your original. In doing so, you would address it to the people that you're sending it to. You would send it certified with a return receipt. On the return receipt, when you get that back, there should be a signature, and that would show you who received it and when they received it. If for any reason you don't happen to get that return receipt back, it's a little green card, then you can use the tracking number that is given to you when you send it, and you can look that up, and then that would give you a ability to print that information off and use the printed piece of paper as your receipt. So you definitely have a couple of different ways that you can do a notice. And another one, so there's even a third way, is if you've made your original that you've kept and you have made your copies, you can personally hand deliver your notices to the person that you want to receive them. So again, say it is the school board, and you go to a school board meeting, and you would put your notice into an envelope, and then you would hand deliver that to the president and any of the other board members or superintendent. And it should be videoed so that that then becomes your proof that you delivered that notice to those particular people. This can happen at any level. So if you're going to do it for a governor or a mayor or a state representative, it can all be done the same way. So we particularly wait about 3 to 5 days, giving them an opportunity to respond. Now, if you have mailed it, you might want to wait a week for them to receive it, and then the 3 to 5 days, and then you could go to the next step. Particularly, we do not receive responses back on notices. Sometimes we do. But what you want to do is you want to hold on to that. Any information given or received, you always want to have a copy of that. After that wait time, and during the time that you're waiting, it would be a good opportunity then to start on your affidavit. An affidavit is a signed, legal, notarized document that informs the person further of the information that you're trying to convey to them. It has maybe some more information about the job that the person is doing. So if it's your school board, what their job duty is. And then it would have maybe some more constitution in it. You could talk about the oaths that they took. You would put in a lot of information explaining why you feel that they are not holding up to the Constitution that they stated that they would. So in an affidavit, it is also, like I said, notarized. It's at the end of the documentation. And there's a part before that, though, that really is very important. And it is a very big statement. And in that statement, what you're saying to them is that you're giving them 3 days, 72 hours, typically, to respond. If they do not respond, then they basically are telling you that what you've stated in the affidavit is correct, and that by not responding, that they acquiesce and agree with you that they have been doing things wrong. There is typically usually a amount of money that you put in there, so that if you have to take them to arbitration, or if you have to take them to the grand jury, that they then would be responsible for the fees or costs you might endure in doing so. By not sending you back a signed, notarized affidavit explaining to you and a rebuttal of your claims, they would be telling you that what you're saying is incorrect and why they feel that it's incorrect. And that's what they would be sending back to you. But it has to be done as an affidavit, going point by point, just like you have done in your affidavit, laying it out why they feel that what they're doing is correct in their eyes. You would keep that information, and then you would then again have to go out and probably send them another affidavit. This is not a one-time affidavit or notice fixes all your situations or all your problems. Sometimes you have to do them more than once, pretty much all the time. You're building a case as if you were a person, a lawyer, or doing your information against somebody. So you want information to be in multiple ways, in multiple forms, and that is what notices and affidavits give you. To my knowledge, we have not received an affidavit sent back to us after we've sent one. We have received letters from people that weren't even on the list of people we sent to, from a few lawyers and different people, telling us that, and this was mostly on the notices, that that they don't believe that they have done anything wrong. Well, it has to come from the person that you served. It can't come from, Joe Schmo, lawyer, or anybody else. If they were not served, then they can't write a rebuttal or a notice to somebody that served somebody else. What everybody needs to understand is that these are legitimate legal documents, and they needed to be treated as such. If you do not have firsthand knowledge of the situation, then you should not be sending an affidavit. You can only do a notice in the JOT form, but those can be sent out from anybody in any state to any other state. It is the only one that can be done that way through a JOT form. You do not do affidavits in JOT forms because you cannot get a notary to say that this is the person that's actually sending it. So no affidavits ever on a JOT form, only a notice. You might question why we do things the way we do it. You might have questions that you need to have answered, and we're more than happy to do that for you. If you contact us through our email or our webpage, then we would be more than happy to go through things with you and discuss things with you. This video today is just addressing the steps that you need to take in order to do the process. So a notice first, either in a JOT form first and then on paper, followed up by an affidavit, which is going to be notarized and sent out to the people that you sent the notice to. You must keep your original copy. A fast way to do it is, if you're doing multiples, is to have a person sign theirs, and then you take it and you go make the copies and then you send them out, or have the person themselves make sure you're giving them the correct information, that they would take the affidavit or the notice and that they would go home and make sure that they have the steps to fill it out, and then how to address it, how to print it, which is on 8.5 by 14 legal size paper only. We do not use any other size for a notice or an affidavit. And then how to mail this out, that it needs to be done certified with return receipt. It can be folded if need be and put into a legal size envelope, or you can get the bigger size envelopes and have it all nice and flat and send it in to whoever you're going to mail it to or hand it to. But once again, if you're handing something in, please videotape it for yourself. And it's very important that you have some kind of documentation that you have served them. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover in this particular video. If there's any other things that I think of, I will have another video to follow. But this is the very first step in the process. And please use this information, ask us questions. You can contact us. Our email is Parents for Better Schools 2021 @gmail.com. And our website is https://affidavitmamas.com affidavit.org/blog. And this will be up on our YouTube channel, which is Affidavit Mamas, and we will also put it into our Telegram chats for anybody that's new coming in. We do have several group state chats that you can join on Telegram, which you can be in conversation with a lot of other people that are doing these as well, and getting the information that you need to get, and having conversations with all of the Affidavit Mamas, as well as David Jose and Josh Barnett. David Jose's YouTube is at David Cares for You, and Josh Barnett is at Josh Barnett for US Congress on YouTube. So thank you, everybody. I hope that if you need more information, that you'll reach out to us, and I hope this video helps you. Talk to you later.